Hi, I'm Dennis Gage. Well, this week we're in Lakeland, Florida for the Lake Mirror Classic. This is a really interesting event. It's sort of two shows in one. Down here on the shores of Lake Mirror, you've got a Concours d'Elegance with 175 of the finest cars you'll see anywhere, not to mention motorcycles and wooden boats. But 2 blocks up that way, they've cordoned off 12 blocks of downtown Lakeland for another 400 or 500 rods, customs, muscle cars, sports cars, everything on wheels. So there's a lot going on here, and we got a lot to get done. So let's get down to business. Hey Ford, how you doing?
I'm good, Dennis. Welcome.
Oh man, what a show this is! I can't believe this. People say, you really need to check this show out sometime. I'm going, yeah, okay, Central Florida, inland. This is, first of all, Lakeland's a gorgeous place.
Thank you.
It's a nice town, but this venue is killer.
Oh yeah, we're very proud of this venue, and it's so gratifying when we have guests like yourself, overwhelmed and impressed. But this lake is really special at Lakeland.
This is Lake Mirror, right?
This is Lake Mirror.
And then this whole cobblestone promenade runs all the way around the lake, and you basically use the vast majority of it.
We do. It's I forget the size of this lake. I think it's about 300 acres. It's like we're designing it for a car show.
It really feels like that. It really does.
And we've grown into the downtown area. We now cordon off 12 blocks right up the street. So we have 2 events going on simultaneously. Here we have about 175 cars that are in the judge part of the show, the Concours d'Elegance, if you will. And then uptown we have the festival part of the show with another 350 show cars.
There's a lot of diversity here.
Oh, it's all about the diversity. We're not just a show for pre-war classics.
You got motorcycles. And you got wooden mahogany boats.
Yeah, we've got a nice population of boat collectors nearby, and so the lake, becomes the perfect backdrop for that.
Adds a nice touch to the show.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Well, you even got amphicars running around.
We do. We've got some amphicars. I keep worrying we're going to sink one of those one of these days.
They're all crazy. They wouldn't mind. I'm just having a blast here. It's been great.
Well, we're glad you're here, Dennis. I hope you'll keep this event on your calendar and come back again.
Well, this one I think I'm going to want to come back to.
Good.
Well, before we have to work too hard, though, there's a few of these micro cars over there.
Let's go check them out.
Let's check those babies out. Martin, this is a gorgeous car. This is a huge car. 59 Imperial, right?
Right.
In a great deep green. What do they call that?
Hunter green.
Hunter green?
Hunter green.
The detail work is incredible. I mean, the gold crown.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
It's stunning. There's so much chrome on this car. This had to be a really expensive restoration.
Yeah, it was expensive. Still, my wife doesn't know how much, but
we won't tell her. We won't tell her. And every place they could put chrome, they did. Like this extra ridge of chrome here. It really was the interior, though, that I thought really set this car off. That cream interior against that green. And push-button transmission.
Yeah.
And boy, you can really see what's going on. That is a huge dash.
Yeah. It's a beautiful car.
Did this have the swivel seats?
Yeah, the swivel.
Oh, that's nice.
That's for the ladies.
For the ladies. This is huge. Look at the size of the back seat. My goodness. And that's quite a back window. You don't want to break that, probably.
No.
And the embossed Continental kit on the trunk. And in '59, they were battling caddies with the huge fins and the taillights, and you can see some of that war going on here. But this is a lot more understated, a lot more elegant.
Oh yes, very elegant. Yes.
I love these rings here. And again, that's all open underneath there. And even this handle.
Yes.
With Imperial.
Yeah, they have the Imperial.
Oh, the restoration on this is outstanding. I mean,
thank you.
Now, what's the engine in this car?
I got a 413.
Let's go look at it.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, you did it up right here too, didn't you?
Yeah.
That is just incredible. And this was all rebuilt too?
Yes.
In my opinion, this is one of the prettiest cars here, Martin.
Thank you very much.
59 Chrysler Imperial.
Right.
You're a lucky man.
Thank
you.
you.
And I won't tell your wife.
Okay.
Oh my, this car is fabulous. I gotta tell you, I was in my hotel room last night, and I'm looking out in the parking lot. I'm on the 8th floor, and I'm looking down, and this car is there, and I'm going, man! It's sitting down there, it's like laying on the ground. I wasn't even sure from up there what it was, because like a 40 Ford was too big for a 40 Ford, and was not big enough for a Zephyr. Lincoln Zephyr, what, you know, but it's a Merc, right? It's a 40 Merc.
It's a 40 Merc.
And you did this car, right?
I did everything on the car with the exception of the interior. The chop, there's 7 inches taken out of the back of the roof and 5 inches out of the front.
Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. But yeah, that is a difficult chop.
Yeah.
And you did it so that the thing actually looks like it came from the factory that way.
Yes, I had to hand fabricate all the window frames.
Oh man, and you louvered the hood and
Yeah.
everything.
102 louvers in the hood, and I've got air suspension on it.
It is so slick. Your interior is great too. I mean, you kept
Yeah.
a 40 Merc dash.
Yes.
And this is only what, the second year for Merc. They came out in
That's
39,
correct,
right?
39 and 40, and this is the dash from the 40. All the instruments have been converted to 12 volt, and under the dash you'll see I have a
heater?
Southwind heater that's
Yeah.
been converted to stereo. So that's my speaker.
Oh, you gotta like that.
Yes.
Everything about this, Mike, you really did a nice job.
Thank you, Dennis.
What an interesting color.
Yeah. This color is telephone truck green.
Seriously? I
Yes. This was never put on a car.
You've shaved everything. Your taillights are now in.
Taillights are now in the bumpers. So these are LED taillights.
Now, you're sporting Caddy insignias, and of course Caddy wheel covers and everything. Do you really have a Caddy engine in
I
it?
do have a Caddy motor.
Let's have a look at that.
Okay.
Man, that looks nice. That you had to use more than one shoehorn to get that in there.
That took several, yes.
Holy cow.
Without doing any alterations to the firewall, it fits perfectly in there.
Really? You didn't have to, because I mean that's slammed up against the firewall there.
Right against it.
So
yes.
what are we looking at here?
This is a 500-inch 1974 Eldorado engine. It's been completely rebuilt. I'm not one for chrome engines.
Yeah, no.
I like a subtle look to them.
Oh, this whole car, it's just everything about this car. It's just gorgeous, man. And you did a ton of work. It looks like some other folks recognize
Yes,
this.
I got
got
an award there for Sponsor's Choice, I guess.
You know,
That's very nice. Yeah.
It comes recommended highly from me.
Well, thank you. Thank
Hey,
you very
Mike,
much.
40 Merc, best job I've ever seen on one.
Thank you.
Nice car. Well, Jim, this is an interesting car. This is a 74 Jensen Interceptor III, right?
Yes.
There's nothing that looks like these cars. The front end looks very British to me, and I love the Interceptor and the Jensen insignia, but all of this it looks like cast aluminum.
It's all cast aluminum, yeah, individual cut pieces and bolted together.
It's got a real Euro touring look to it, and the louvered hood and everything, kind of a hot rod look. But these were interesting because they're a British car, but they're Chrysler powered, right?
Right.
The vinyl top, I mean, this must have been replaced. It just looks too good. Pretty heavy grain in that too, which looks good on this car. The interior looks great. It's that original interior.
Most of it is. The front seats have been recovered, but everything else is original inside.
All the gauges, and you really can tell what's going on. It looks very Euro inside.
Yeah, very British, all the Smith's gauges. Yeah.
And what's the multicolored dial there? Green, orange, red. What's that
That's for
one?
the air conditioning, heating controls.
Okay, what's green? I mean, red, blue, hot, cold. What's green?
Green, I know.
And again, what an interesting looking body this has. When you get back here, and especially the rear quarter here, it's almost Porsche. With the chrome here, you get a little bit of Targa going there. But that whole back here is a hatch, right? She opens up?
It lifts up, yeah, and you have trunk area inside there.
Man, you don't want to break that. I bet that's a tough thing to
No,
find.
I don't think you'd ever find that glass.
When they started doing these, they put the Chrysler 383 in them. Later on, they put, what, the 440s?
440.
What does this have?
This has the 440.
Let's have a look at that baby.
All right.
There she is.
There, yeah.
Chrysler 440. Set pretty far back, pretty far down too, right?
That to help balance with the car.
Obviously, you drive this baby. But that's the fun of this
That's
car.
why, yeah, I love driving it. Yeah.
Well, what's nice is here you got a really exotic car in a lot of ways, a Jensen Interceptor III, but it's got a Chrysler 440 in it. I mean, you can go to Napa for your parts.
Get it, right.
You gotta love that. Pretty serviceable too, I guess, right? And 440 is a great engine. That's a solid hood, man. That's a very solid hood. How many of these did they make?
Each year they made about 500.
That is nothing. You are so fortunate to have glommed onto one of your dream cars.
Thank you.
And have you ever been to this show before, the
This is
Lake
the
Mirror Classic?
first time here at this show.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
Wonderful.
Isn't it great?
I'm ecstatic.
It's awesome.
yeah.
Well, hey man, you got the
Terrific.
only Jensen Interceptor here.
Thank
Beautiful car, 74 Jensen Interceptor 3.
Yes.
Nice ride, Jim.
Thank you.
Well, Mark, this is a really cool little ride here. It's a 39 Bantam Pickup, right?
Correct.
I don't think I've ever seen a Bantam Pickup.
There were very few of them. The commercial vehicles were used very hard in the day, and not many of them survived.
They were used up.
They were used up.
Two-tone, pretty trick paint job, pretty wild paint and everything. This couldn't have been a stock scheme back in 39.
Well, in fact, it was. All of the commercial vehicles came with the two-tone, with the black fenders and the black grille. The pickups came in 3 colors. They came in red, apple green, and this is called Bantam Golden Orange.
Wow. How about the headlights? Are they unique to Bantam?
It's a proprietary headlight bucket,
Really?
which seems odd for a car that was built on the cheap, but they fit Bantam only.
Wow. Nice interior, actually. I mean, it looks like fairly comfortable.
It is once you get in.
That's the trick, huh?
The trick is folding the legs to get in. Once you're in, there's leg room for even taller drivers.
Yeah, and headroom too. The gauging is nice. It's odd that the speedometer's way over there and your other gauge cluster is closer to you, but I like the Bantam insignia on
Yeah,
it.
the Bantam script in the center.
3-speed, 4-speed?
3-speed with reverse.
Wow. Cute little commercial vehicle. You wouldn't be hauling too much with it.
No, they had a load capacity of 250 pounds.
250 pounds. Judging from the grain, it's an oak bed, but then painted black. They would have done that?
Yes,
too?
they did.
And that's the kind of toolkit that came with them back in the day?
That is a correct toolkit.
Well, not a heck of a lot of tools there.
No, and some of them don't look particularly useful, but that's what you got.
You know, I'm sort of surprised, though, that there's no script back here. There's
The tailgate does seem like an obvious place for a manufacturer's logo, but they came plain like that, and hardware stores would paint their names on the back.
So it was sort of like your name here, right?
Absolutely.
Man, little pea shooter exhaust.
1 inch.
So you don't put Flowmasters on
No,
something
certainly
like
not.
this? Okay, so what does this have for an engine?
It's an overhead valve, 4-cylinder, inline 4, 750 cc's, 45 cubic inches, 20 horsepower.
Holy cow, let's go have a look at it.
Okay,
That's a cute little thing.
there it is, all 20 horsepower,
6-volt system.
6 volt. And
And-
it weighs about 150 pounds.
The whole engine, really?
Yes.
This is probably not a hard vehicle to work on.
It's about as simple as they come.
This is a nice little ride. And people must love this.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you been to this show before?
This is our first time.
What do you think?
It's very nicely run. We're enjoying ourselves. The weather cooperated today.
Well, you guys got prime real estate
It
here, right?
couldn't
by
be
the lake.
better, right here on the water.
Well, great place for a 39 Bantam commercial pickup, I would say.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot for bringing it out, Mark.
Thank you, Dennis.
Well, Terry, I know this is a car show, but this Chris Craft, this is a classic boat. What, a 1955 Cobra?
It is. It's a 1955 Chris Craft Cobra.
This is the most beautiful Chris Craft I've ever seen. Is this sort of the holy grail?
This boat right here is the most sought after collector boat after World War II.
Is that right?
Yeah, this is the premier boat that everybody is looking for. Everybody's hoping to find one of these in a barn like an old car, you know?
Yeah.
So
Good
yeah.
luck on that.
I know.
Right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it just looks like a hot rod. It's unbelievable, and it's all mahogany up here. And what's this wood?
This is all mahogany also. So this is a blonde deck boat with the king plank, and all the dash area here is all blonde, but it's the same lumber. It's a different process of staining.
This is the cockpit, I guess is what you call it, right?
Yes. It's got all Stewart Warner gauges that were custom made for Chris Craft. The steering wheel is out of a 49 Chrysler.
Is it really?
It is. It's a 49 Chrysler wheel. The horn button is out of a 55 Plymouth. Back then they used a lot of car components, like the steering box in it is right out of a truck. It's a truck steering box.
No kidding.
And then it has a long pipe that runs fore and aft, and that's what actually turns the rudder. So
What an incredibly long deck here.
yeah, this foredeck here is actually what makes the boat. When you're in the water, it feels like you're looking 100 yards in front of you.
You've named it Hemi Under Glass.
That's correct.
And why is that?
This has a Hemi engine in it, so
It's got a Hemi in it?
It's got a Hemi.
Got a Hemi in it. And it's under fiberglass.
It's under fiberglass. So this is Chris Craft's first experiment with fiberglass. The hatch and the fin are actually fiberglass.
And under there is a Hemi. How big?
331 cubic inch, 200 horse marine engine.
Man, can we have a look at
Oh,
it?
let's do it.
All right.
The sun is in a perfect angle to take a look at that, but that's a Chrysler 331 marine Hemi engine.
That is unbelievable.
And this is how it came. It actually came just like this. This is all factory original. The carburetors are 2 little 1-barrels. Here's the 6-volt battery because it was a 6-volt system.
Does it fire up and run like crazy?
I've actually got it hooked up here, and I can actually start it up if you want to just hear it fire up. It's kind of a novelty thing.
Well, kick it.
I'll do that.
Terry, this is fabulous. And again, it's my classic car. But this is a classic boat. It's named Cobra, and it's got a Hemi. It's legit.
Oh, well,
Thanks,
thank you.
man.
Thank you, sir.
Beautiful
Thanks.
work.
Yes.
Beautiful boat, man.
Thanks, Dennis. Thank you very much.
Oh man, we had a blast at the Lake Mirror Classic. This show's got it all. Rods, customs, true classics, even amphicar cars. You gotta check this one out.